Greetings, Millennials. My name is Apostle Jonah from Millennials for Christ Ministries. And at Millennials for Christ Ministries, we are redefining Christ through contemporary praise and worship. I want to thank every millennial out there that spares time to watch and tune in. Now, this is Faith Unfiltered. You can catch it every Sunday on Galaxy FM TV, starting at 10 a.m. in the morning. We run for an hour, but also on our YouTube channel, which is Millennials for Christ Ministries. You can go there, like and subscribe. This content is always live and direct there. We are shooting from the special studio here at Talent Walls. Talent Walls is located in Bugolobi, Luthuli Avenue, plot 37A. And what does Talent Walls do? It identifies or it spots, it nurtures talent. Most importantly, to drive your talent into meaningful careers that can spark. So spare time, come through and have space and shoot content, because we're in a digital migration, yeah? And like I've already said, that Millennials for Christ, we are a digital ministry. Today, I'm humbled and honored to have a social critic, a music analyst, Frank Ntambi Wayne Balukeza. It's my first time to have him, or actually to even meet you.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
I'm humbled to have you, Frank.
Me too.
Is that introduction satisfactory, or there's something missing?
Of course, a lot is missing. Frank Ntambi, my birth name, Wayne Balukeza, self-baptized. Then I have a lot of titles that have been given through various wars, various, we've been through a lot. So every battle, everything you've won, you get a title, you get his, you get this. So there are so many. So when you give me a chance to reintroduce, I'll say Frank Ntambi Wayne Balukeza, the youngest East African professor, the juggernaut, the renegade, the encyclopedia, the connoisseur. Right now, they baptized me the Orange Cat.
Why?
There is a character, fictional character, cat, on TikTok. It's an orange cat. It has that kind of character that my fans depict in me. You would need to watch it.
I will from it.
Yeah, it's on TikTok. It's called Orange Cat. Yeah.
So welcome, and it's a privilege that you're here. Now, Frank.
Yes.
Here we speak faith.
Okay.
Because this is Faith Unfiltered.
Yes.
And I want to begin by asking you, Frank, when I hear Frank, it's a biblical name. Okay, not per se biblical, but
it's a Christian name.
It's a Christian name. It's a white name.
Yes.
How does Frank Ntambi worship? What does Frank Ntambi believe in?
Okay.
Who is that person that you speak to in form of gratitude when good things have happened to you? And also, who is that one person that you run to spiritually when bad things happen to you?
Wow. So Frank Ntambi, or the name Frank, as you said, is a Christian name. And to be specific, I was born a Catholic. I was born a Catholic. I practiced Catholicism. I went to a Catholic school, and my primary, it's called St. Mattia Grammar, day and boarding school. It's in Reza, predominantly a very Catholic, a staunch Catholic school, which I went to in my primary 7. That was 2004. Then previously I was at Katwe Matters. It's there in Chibuye. It's attached to that Katwe Matters church in Katwe. Do you know that church?
No, I'm not. I was actually going to say you were still born.
Of course. I was born in Indeba, and we used to go to St. Joseph. Then we have a church called St. Joseph. It also has a school where most here went to St. Joseph SS there. So they took me at that school to be in boarding, but I don't know if my mom was very tactical and technical for me to go to that school, that boarding school, that staunch Catholic school, so that I know more about my faith, I know more about my religion, and that's where I got to finish up those catechismal instructions and stuff. That's where in just 1 year, that's how staunch and guiding they were. So that was how I got to finish all the catechismal instructions. But for the last prayers, when I was a child, I was very, very stubborn. I grew up with my grandmother, and she was a bit aging, so I could use that. I could use that at my advantage. Time to go to church, I could, meander around, and I don't go. So I think she told my mother that now this man has to, do everything that his faith says. So that's how I ended up at that school. And I knew, or I got taught more about my religion. That was the Catholic religion. So I was born a Catholic, but because I was born in town, or I'm a city born, life in the city is up to speed. So I didn't get a chance as a child to be, I won't say that I was a church goer. Not until in my primary 7 to normal. But when we used to have holidays, I used to visit my paternal grandmother. She's a staunch Catholic, and it's when she used to teach us how to recite rosaries and that stuff, how to, worship those worship songs in Catholic, and that was it. And also sometimes to go to church. But I won't lie to you, I didn't like to go to church. I didn't like to go to church.
Why? Because you have actually said,
yes.
Key to note is you have said you were born.
Yes.
Which implies that you've made changes to your faith.
Definitely.
What has made you change?
Because when you're born, something like, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice that you were born a Muganda. You don't have a choice that you were born a Muslim. You don't have a choice that you were born a Christian, because you can't decide for yourself. But then when you grow, when you experience stuff, when you read, when you get exposed to a lot of things, then maybe, not definitely, but maybe you can have some personal choices as you. So when I grew up, I won't say it was kind of a religious decay, but then for so many reasons, I don't know why, after my primary 7, I never went to church again. Reason, and this goes to parents, everyone has their own perception, their own ideologies about religion, about culture, and in one way or another, our parents force us to be what they want us to be.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm trying to guide you. How do we then?
Yes, I'm just telling you a story. Like right now, if I was a Catholic, I have my kid, I would definitely make sure.
Ensure that they
yes. But then when they grow up, you can find someone they've converted to Islam, someone has, for their own reasons.
So what are you worshipping in now?
I would say I diversify how I worship my God. It's strange. It looks strange. I'm a person who loves to advent, someone who loves to discover, someone who loves to read about so many stuff. I would take time and probably read about Islam, and I would find fascinating stories or fascinating ideologies of how they praise their Allah, and I would be like, now that is good. I would also want to do that. You understand? I would listen in to born again Christian or born again, and in case I tune in and I land on you and the kind of words you're saying, they speak to my soul, I would be like, no, that was all. I could subscribe to that. I'm that kind of person who diversify their kind of worship, not just in one line that
You're fluid.
Yes, that kind of worship. But also, without any fear of contradiction, right now I subscribe much more to a religion that is called ancient African religion.
What's ancient African faith?
Yes, ancient African faith. That kind of faith that our ancestors had before.
So you're a witch doctor?
No.
You a traditionist?
I don't know how I can say it, because there is a lot of misconceptions when we tackle that kind of topic. Many people think having beliefs in your African tradition, values, or even the religion that was there, you're kind of worshipping
Idol.
Devil, idol, Satan, and stuff. But I'm not about that. But the kind of, because I've read a lot of books, I've read a lot of stuff, how they used to worship before the white man came with what he came with. The religion that made us drop our names for theirs. Religion that said the first name has to be ours, the surname then yours. You know, that kind of religion. So I because even in practice, there are some things we're still doing right about now. But then, because of our, what is the right word? We marginalize ourselves. It's called inferiority complex. We don't take time to probably cherish what we used to have, the traditions we
The
used
true identities of who we are.
Yes, the true identities. I'm that kind of person who wanted very, very much to know my history.
So how do you worship in the African faith?
In the African faith, and not to forget that I said I diversify.
Yeah. What I've learned is you pick here and there, the good and the bad of each.
Oh yes, of each, which I think speaks to my soul, because this is spirituality at the end of the day.
Yes, absolutely.
What's inside you on a normal day, of course. And also to make this clear, I believe in God.
You believe that there is a supreme being?
Definitely.
Where does that supreme being stay? Where does he live according to your African traditional faith? According
to some of the particles I picked from the African traditional faith, there is someone much bigger than the kind of what should I say? Should I call them gods or the small deities that we used to have? But also I think they also knew that there is a supreme being above all this.
Is your God physical, or is omnipresent? Is everywhere?
Is everywhere.
According to your faith?
Yes.
According to what you believe in?
Definitely.
So what you were saying, on a regular day?
Yes. I wake up on my knees, I pray to God. So there's a very big difference between kneeling down to pray to your God and also being a church goer. That's
a ritualist.
Yes.
I always call them church ritualists.
Yes.
I got there because I was brought up going to church. But it does not make any sense to me.
Definitely.
I will abuse someone on my way to church.
Yes.
As I'm leaving church, I will still find someone on the street and call them names. Because for me, church is just a ritual on Sunday. I'm supposed to be at the church.
Definitely. And that's where most people, I find problems with. And so I know that there is a supreme being, yes, who is God, and I acknowledge, and there is no way, or there is no any day you'll find me trying to object that there is no God. I know there is a God. The problem I'm having is with religions. Is there a difference?
The vehicles that we take.
Yes. For example, in our, I wouldn't want to try to, seem like I'm attacking.
But just, Frank, right there, before, I hope you don't forget your point.
Yes.
Oftentimes we say we believe in God, but we don't believe in religion. How do we then access God without religions? Because surely, I'll tell you that religion is man-made.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's a way we want to appeal to God.
Yes.
But I'll tell you that Christianity, for me,
yes,
is a faith that has been tested and proven. Even if it's science will acknowledge that there is a supreme being, they will tell you Jesus Christ. There is evidences of a Jesus Christ having lived, supernatural person that came and took over the world.
Definitely.
That's why I sideline myself with Christianity.
Yes.
But then how would we worship Frank if there were no religion?
Because religions we are just mere setups. They are just systematic organizations of a certain group of people who set their agendas of how they wanted probably people to organize themselves religiously. That's why we have more than hundreds of thousands of religions.
Actually, in the Christianity faith alone has more than 3,800 doctrines below it.
That is there.
And in Uganda, we may be practicing about 10.
Yes, there are as many. And if there are as many, then it means probably there is a problem why they are as many. You understand? So they are just mere vehicles of people who sat and they said for us, we shall organize ourselves like this. We shall have this and this, which we will believe in. You understand? Because every religion has the way, they praise their God. They have their books. They have their traditions. They have each and everything. And that is the problem we are having right about now, because everyone thinks theirs is
demonstrated. Right.
Yes. So for me, getting this age I have, being this old, as I said, I try to expose myself to a lot of
literature.
Yes, a lot of stuff of who I am, of where I came from, my ancestors, how did they worship, So that's why I said I diversify. And as I said, I believe in God, that He's there. So on my normal day, as I said, I wake up on my knees.
You praise the Most High.
Yes, the Most High. Then also in the same prayer, I also acknowledge that there are others. There are other spiritual gods according to my faith.
Which are those that you
that I can
recognize?
acknowledge. For example, I don't know if you know much of Greek mythology.
No.
The kind of gods they had, the Zeus,
Zeus,
the Poseidons and stuff. That every small god had something. That, for example, you're going in for a war. Which kind of god? Right, in that time, you have to pray to. So it is in many. It was in many settings back then. So also in our African traditional setting, we have those that if it's war, it was it Ruboa, the Mukasa, those Nagadia.
Then also the sun and the moon. And the stars.
Those kind that
the water bodies.
Yes, when you want probably Eruzaro. This is the kind of.
So you recognize them in prayer.
Definitely. Yes, but also I know, though I'm not so biblical, but I know the Bible as someone
does not recognize them.
Definitely that. I know that as someone who studied divinity.
We believe in the Trinity.
Definitely the Father,
the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
But then, because this is a belief, sometimes you can have your belief, it contradicts with what you've been studying. You contradict with what they told you that this is this. It has to be A, B, and C. So in a prayer, when I'm praying to my God, I also acknowledge that even my judges, please, munyambe, help me. There is this. There is this. There is this. Munyambe ko muzukuru wammwe. That kind of prayer that I acknowledge. So in a way, I say it contradicts. Even for someone who studies the Bible, will say, how can someone pray to God? And then on the other hand, that is not practical. But as I said, belief is spiritual. What you believe in,
personal.
It is very, very personal. So sometimes we contradict a lot with what they told us, what we read in the Bible. It's human nature. Yes. So I would say that.
So what I've understood is that you're fluid when it comes to faith. You pick here and there, and your worship changes depending.
Yes. So
now, as another yes.
So if it changes, but when we say that, these are vehicles, but we acknowledge
you acknowledge the constant factor.
Yes. Can I tell something else?
Yes.
I've read more about Prophet Elijah, Muhammad Elijah, the leader of a movement that was called Nation of Islam in the United States of America during that time of the civil. I mean the civil movement. Prophet Muhammad Elijah, when he left, or when he was killed, then the Malcolm X's came. The way the Malcolm X's practiced Islam at the time, it was very, very different.
Yes, by the Michael X was
Malcolm
Islam.
X. Yes, he was. But the way he was practicing their kind of Islam, it was totally very different from the orthodox Islamic teaching and stuff. So when I read about those stories, sometimes they fascinate me. What they were believing in at the time. That we as African Americans, when we want to achieve probably our freedom, we have to do this because So I get fascinated. There is another guy. He was from China. It's called Confucius. He was a philosopher, and then Confucius became also a religion, but they believed much more in humanity, how to treat people, how
more like Buddhism.
Yes, that kind of. So when I read that stuff and see that these people believe in this and this, wow, I also subscribe to that. That is me.
So Frank, don't you think that such religion or such faith, it's very important to be documented so that it can be transitioned to generations? You see, when something is not documented,
yes,
then cannot be preserved.
I think it would be, but then me, I subscribe to an ideology that says that probably when you come of age of I don't know, that you can find yourself. That is
self-discovery.
Yes, thank you so much. Self-discovery. I'm not into things of as it was written, so it will be done. I don't subscribe to that.
You believe in disruption?
Should we call it disruption?
Yeah, something different.
Okay. Yes, that I can.
Or you question. You have the mentality to question.
Yes, sometimes I do. I do question why. Why should this be like this? Then when I don't have an answer, I try to find for myself some answers. So rightly, I don't know if the answers I ought to say that I've discovered it's the truth. I really don't know. But then if I feel it inside that maybe that is it, then I'll be like, no, it's okay.
Now, within your faith,
yes,
have you prayed to God and good things have happened to you?
Definitely.
What are some of the things that you'll say? What are some of those points in your life?
Yes.
Where things became extremely hard and you prayed to your God the way you pray and good stuff happened to you? Actually, before we end the show, you were going to pray for us, how you pray, and we'll be very humbled to have that. But what are some of those turning moments in your life where you've said, now, I did not move from this point to point A within my own abilities, but there was someone I prayed to?
In my life, I'm now 34 years old. I've faced tremendous challenges. And it came when I'm a bit awake, because there's that time of childhood where you don't even know your purpose. You just live a day as it comes. Where you even curse your parents for taking you to school. They are spending a lot of money on you. They are spending a lot of, and they take you, and you be like you're doing them a favor. So I don't count those years because maybe I didn't know what I wanted in life. Maybe I was stupid. Those years, so I excuse them. But then comes a time of maturity when you're like, now I'm this. So I think for me it started around when I was 18, I would say, because there's even that challenging time of adolescence and stuff where we do a lot of mistakes here and there. We don't care, So that time also comes and it goes. Then you start to feel, because you also self-discover. There are people in life who self-discover themselves at even later years at 40. Someone has lived like 39 years, is like living a life of a 16-year-old. You've seen them. And then time comes when they wake up. It's like someone got hypnosis. Then someone does this now they wake up. Then they batandika okukola bye balina okubanga bakola. So me at 18, that is a day when I said, now I think I've discovered my purpose. Why? Ndi konseno bwenti. Okitegeera. So hardships zitandika. Ezimu, because some people think that hardships togeda ku every time finances, economic constraints and stuff. The hardships that come when they're emotional challenges. When probably everything is there at home, because for us, I would say we had everything that a kid needed to have
to survive,
or to not even survive, to live. There is a difference between surviving and living. For me, I've never lived a life of surviving. I've been living a very moderate life, not very, very, very filthy rich, but everything was there. My parents could afford to take me to good schools. They could afford to give me every basic need I wanted. So the challenges that I went through, they were very, very emotional challenges of why didn't I grow with my father and mother in the same house? You know? Why has it been my mother all the time when my father is there? Those kind of challenges. And they are the kind of challenges where you're not going to go to talk to someone. You just, you're asking a lot of questions. Sometimes you break down and you wonder, you cry, you ask, and no one has those answers. And then time you kneel down and talk to your God. Because for me, in my philosophy, it's not that every time I want to talk to my God is the time when I'm praying for something. Sometimes it's about having a conversation. That when I acknowledge He's omnipresent, He's everywhere. When I'm alone in my room, I can just kneel and talk to Him. That Heavenly Father, this and this and this and this. Can you show me signs? Can you give me some answers? You know? So sometimes God could give me those answers in my dreams. I had a lot of resentment in my heart of that situation of why couldn't I have grown with my father and dad? Why would it? And I didn't have answers, but I could have a conversation with my God, and then with consistency in trying to have that conversation, I could get some answers, and they were very, very inside of me. Yeah, but also there've been so many other, of course, challenges besides the emotional challenges. School, for example, tomorrow you're having a paper, you know, from P7 you NAB, those deciding, examinations, UCE, UACE, up to, those ones. I would like, my God, please help me, give me wisdom so that I can, excel in my academics. So also that happened, among others. Trying to, pass now, for example, this kind of business for us we're doing. So many people think the kind of business, as you had introduced me, I'm a social critic, analyst, commentator, blogger, whichever. So many people out there judge us that we are idlers. We are not doing anything.
You don't have real jobs.
Yes, and someone will sit there and comment, you get a job. Why don't you get a job? You're just talking about everything you think you know of, and that's why you don't know of. And they don't know that this is a job. And it is paying very, very well. Like the distance from my apartment to where I was going to meet this YouTuber. Then Nanto Sao. Nengamba Guy Wentobi. Guy is an yeah, he knows this story. Ntambi otobi rudda. Ngaseba otobi. So for him ngatalaba. But for me ngandaba. So nemugamba, you know what? There is something wrong. Tutugenda kola. Guy na newunya. So guy ya newunya nyunga. alaba the way I'm acting tajinda banga konga I'm acting like that and I'm terrified tide nyo. So nemugamba, you know what, let me go back home. So it was that last week of December of 2023 and what I had to do, I had to call a few people. There's a question you called me that where do you run to?
Yeah, when you have troubles or when good things happen to you.
Yes, I have a spiritual mother. In our setting, the 8 years. So I called my spiritual mother. So I went there, and then she has connections.
So you had to go to Tanzania?
Yes.
For healing?
For healing. And that's where they showed me that person who wished me or who was about to send me something.
So you've kept that person a secret? You don't want to share that person
definitely. With us? Yeah. I want to keep, yeah. But at least I knew, and then I had to do what I had to do for that not to happen again.
So you saw, what did you do? You paid money? You did sacrifice someone else?
No. That's what I said, that in our kind of worship, that kind of African traditional worship, that most of Africans, if they are to be honest, practice somewhere. It isn't all about the evils, the witchcraft. No, it isn't. Sometimes it's also praising, worshiping, having conversations with your ancestors and stuff. As it is that in also this white man's religion, Christianity and stuff, even in your religion, the born again, you see those pastors who make fake miracles.
But I was actually going to get there. I was actually going to ask you that, in Ntambi, what are some of the things that have actually kept you out of church? What are some of those things that you say, nah boy, that's where I actually was coming to.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you've actually witnessed in the church? No gamba net dako kawani.
Because as I said that my Orthodox religion is
Catholic.
Yeah. And I don't want people kunda babulala. But then there are some practices zorabai no gamba. This doesn't make sense. Jendi. I studied my lower secondary at Lubiri SS with the Eddie Kenzos. So moving from Mundeva to school, it is, they are all in Rubaga. So Ndeva, sometimes mom could give me money. We used to hire taxes nga tuzidinyira Kibuya ngazitwala direct ku ssomero nga teziyita ku church awo nga zirina ppanya zaazo. But then sometimes ng'owulidde ng'omanyi emyaka gye nagambye gye tusombowa ng'ozirya n'otambuza akagere. But then jjukira in my senior one nali nakava okusoma like my boarding school ya Catholic eyo nga twayiga every time osanga ekyebombe kya Bikira Maria.
Yeah, you humble yourself and give prayer. I see people even Zambia there.
Yes.
Outside there.
Kakati. Ngawe nagambye sometimes there are things you don't question. Nga tonaba kubeera exposed to a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, a lot of you just do because you have to do. Every time. So every time I could pass the Rubaga church, which is ekibumbe wekire kya Bikira Maria, nga nane baggayi bange balalanga. But then, this being exposed is sometimes good, sometimes it chibi.
So are you trying to say this is idol worship?
That kinda. And I was like, You understand? So nechitandiko putting holes in my faith towards my Orthodox religion. So even other stuff bisagala abantu bantegeere because I respect.
No, well, this platform gives it the opportunity for us to discuss those, because sometimes they are myth, sometimes they are an understanding. You've not actually understood that. So my part here is to help and shed more light to
Yes. And also this is just a disclaimer that I don't have any problem with those who still practice and it's their faith. It's what they believe in. I totally respect.
For me, I don't want to speak for what Catholic does.
Yes.
Because I don't know what they do with that. I want to speak for born again Christianity.
Yeah.
Is that some of these, I want to just put it in a general understanding, they are symbolism. Because the guy that we see that acts as Jesus Christ is not actually Jesus Christ.
He's a film actor.
He's a film actor, but when we see him, we're just using symbolism to reflect and pray to God. But for born again faith, we really don't have
that stuff.
We don't have that symbolism.
Definitely. Yes. So for those who have symbolism, they can still do whatever they do.
But it pushed you away from church because you quite didn't understand it.
Yes, that kind of, this kind of that I had to first finish the catechism instruction, then in career. So, but you could eat it. What it is, you could go to another church, but then kaidanga tomaze katonda akulaba ebizibu bijja kujira kati wono otuka nogamba akali kawani nsobola bbira so nga mulimu ebintu ebimu ng'okuza nogamba wano baboyi bali bankutemu wano obwongo wano bali bangassemu obwongo okitegeera but as I said
you respect those
I respect those, yes so bebimu kwebe ningamba Ntambi kyenja okukola I'll just stay home and I'll just pray direct to God then nekirala ekyampushinga away from church. I don't know how I can say this. Why would I have to fast? Like, now,
you see that I knew you were coming there.
Yeah.
But the thing is very simple.
Yes.
Do you believe that we are gifted differently in the world?
I would
because what you do, probably George can't do it.
Yeah.
So do you believe that there are people who are called to represent God?
Divine callings.
Yeah, divine callings. Do you believe in them?
I have a problem with that.
Why?
Yes. I don't know. I would think there are those, then I would think they are masqueraders.
How do you identify masqueraders?
Because of how they
because the Bible clearly tells us that we shall know them by their fruits.
Definitely.
But also the Bible clearly tells us that there are fake prophets that will come in the ending times.
Definitely.
But you believe there are people who are called to the work of God?
Yes.
You believe?
Yes.
Now that answers you.
It answers me, but then when, as you say that we shall see them through their...
by their fruits.
By their fruits. And then when I see someone that I thought had that divine calling and what they're doing is contradictory.
For example?
I don't want to mention names.
Oh, mention names?
No.
Because we are highlighting. And
this was more of my religion, my Orthodox religion, the Catholic, that at a certain church I was going to, there is a father. And, I could respect the man, a guy, man of God and stuff. And then there is some stuff. Bibakola, binategeera, tibabikola. Ngamba. Man, there is a lot. There is a lot that is going on. There is a lot that is going on. I swear for the fear of backlash. But then, as I said, like, and that is the church I was talking, because then these other...
But just right there.
Yes.
Frank, we also have one problem, is that we want to follow people instead of Christ.
That is very wrong.
That is very wrong, and it's for the believers.
Yes.
That I keep on telling people that even me as a servant of Christ, I am not proof to sin. I still continue to... Actually, in the Bible, there is no man of God in the Bible that did not make sin. David, the end. They all fell short of grace. So the problem we have us here is that we want to highlight these people as Jesus. We want to worship them like the messenger.
Yeah, but then don't you think that Bob and Yini to personalize
exactly there is celebrity gospel?
Definitely.
Yes, there is celebrity gospel. Yes.
So kakati ne waffe my Orthodox twalaba situations where's to like one chaffe culture yaffe obensinza yaffe is so rooted ntwali ebintu ebimu byolabanga man badanda batyanga nchogedde so me I believe in liberalism as a free minds tosobola okwogera ku the uncomfortable and one of the reasons why I came kweno show you nti twogera ku the uncomfortable, stories of this and this and this, because I'm a liberal thinker.
But you're holding back the information because I wanted to understand what made you run away from the other man to that servant in church that you saw, and you said, now this guy is, because I was respecting you, but now I no longer respect you because of what you're doing.
Homosexuality.
For real?
Yeah.
Why is it, by the way, why is it so much attached to that side?
Because of the celibate life. And it is happening. I've got, like, when I jam guno mulime, we get a lot of like information. We get a lot of someone nakubira. Frank, I have a story. My son, abadde asomera ngazi kinasomera wewe. Father, I'm what?
For it?
I swear, I get a lot. But then, as I said in TV, because of probably the respect you have to that institution.
Now, I request that going forward, you recommend some of those people and we have those conversations, because that is bad, does not represent Christ at the end of the day.
It doesn't. So, Olumu, there are things by the you've worked in the media, No gamba this story, okay. What the China anyway, so
it's too hard to
it's too and because for us we know what institutions zimo ngazidi connected, protected, and highly dangerous. That in time nchogera lero within 2 days ngatokyandaba. We have a lot.
I saw just Rita Kalibara yakola the story ya Haji. It became a problem for her. She couldn't go on Kalibara.
Najikola. So muberamu ebyo.
She did it, but the proceedings she was not in control, because what happened after it was bigger than her.
So good enough. I'm writing a book. I'm writing a book.
That's great.
Nti waliwo emyaka egituuka ogamba katika nchite come what may. Nti emyaka gyo gyotuusemu though tumanya oba mukama nagikutuusamu but oba maybe that will be the time. But my brother,
so two things: idol worship. The other one is people who take the men of God to be more mightier.
Yes.
Then, but as a journalist, I expected you, by the way, to give me to be clear cut.
Yes.
For purposes of people to learn.
Yes.
For example, before we came on air, we were talking about fake miracles. Are these things you've witnessed in church?
Of course. There are a lot of... I've witnessed a lot of fake miracles, by the way.
From where? You who doesn't go to church?
You can go to church, somewhere like churches, but ogenze for worship.
Okay.
Ogenze you've ofunye lead.
So you've gone to pick a story.
Yes, if ofunye lead, this happens to this kind of church. No gamba, no, because me, I njagala nnyo kunoonya sinaba kuvaayo. So sometimes you can get a lead. No gamba, let me go and witness over church. And also through third parties and stuff, nebakubulira ebintu. So bambulidde ebintu bingi ku so many churches ebimu nembyerabirako. But tulina okusooka netu dissecting the root cause.
What's the root cause?
Commercialization of religion.
What do I always call it? Forgetting how I term it. Yes.
So that kind of church monetization, it needed the glorification, self-glorification of religious leaders. Especially
the prosperity gospel.
Yes,
the one of saying, Stayo chino or jafuna chino.
Yes.
Take ayo chino, jafuna chino. I think it's the biggest challenge.
It is.
That's prosperity gospel is a very big, huge challenge.
I've seen one pastor.
As we are coming to the end.
Yes.
Remember, you're going to give us a prayer.
Yes. I've seen one pastor. Yayafera okuhiringa abalema.
In Uganda?
Which can't try you.
But because you believe a lame person can't be healed? Because you're saying a lame person can't be healed?
That is something else. But I'm trying to tell you of a pastor I know who faked that.
Yeah, okay.
Who faked that. Kati, nga yafuna abantu bali desperate. Nga Uganda ojimanyi. Someone wakusubizayo emitwalo 2 njagala onkolere kino because tuli mu televangelism balina okubiraba. So nafuna abantu whom I got to know n'abatwala somewhere for 2 weeks. So bakola ne rehearsals. Hey, 2 weeks ojja kujja ng'otambula otambule bw'otyo 2 weeks ng'oli akimanyi nga ne bw'oba omulabi byaddala you believe omuntu oyo mulema okitegeera. So natandika okuba incorporating in his services mbere nga mubamanyiza amaaso like for another like 4 weeks nga mulema oyo ajja asaba buli lunaku mulaba but then nga ali mu theatrics naye nga babaze tuli mu August tuli mu July nti in December there will be a healing crusade then wetuuka gino kulaba gayo na bulijjo mulema mulaba and you believe olunaku werutuuka luli gayajja
so they train them before so that even you and the followers in the church believe these are real.
Definitely, because you've been seeing them every day. Then olunaku ne lutuuka n'abasabira ebawonawo bati. You understand? So it will be first hand I witnessed that ne someone gwe bakikolako after nga babimaze because the Bible bawa sent ezimalayo
omulimo
but because of omululu bali omululu kibi tebabamalayo the person yangamba ngamba sebo gwe kibi webityo. So a lot we've seen stories of course every now and then. Someone nagamba I have rings ezikola this, someone nagamba I have rice ezikola with it, someone nagamba najja n'omupiira Messi nasala abantu mu church man nolaba ebintu ebyo nolabanga Katonda bamuzanyiddeko nnyo okamba mbakuba nga nze Katonda maybe I would have done something very different. So there's respect jimpa Katonda, tolerance. Omuntu nakuwa omukisa you redeem yourself but people abambali meredo redeeminga because tuli mu competitive world not even mu religions zaffe, for example Christianity tusinga okupracticinga abasinga nosanga two pastors are rival nabewalana ebiri personal pastor
and then they bring it also on the pulpit.
Yes, ali ku kitooti n'avuma oli kati ebintu obiraba nogamba man church egire ekola ki endeka so byebyo ebimu ku ebintu obumu ebiremesa abantu because of this nga they might represent even the whole even the personal levels are like that. Tibasiga ekifaananyi ekibi nga omuntu kizibu okukibera nga okimugjamu. So omuntu n'agamba kansigala Kristo bakanja kusaba Mukama Katonda kanjire bwe nti nja kugira bwe nti kanjire bwe nti nja kugira bwe nti. Those are some of ebintu ebyo. Then
finally I saw you making the commentary about me on my recent scandal.
Yes.
And I have a friend of mine each time I meet them angambo mugezi nale. But one thing I like is you've kept respect. You see, I did commentary as well.
Yeah.
But it's very important that when you do it meaningfully with a bit of decorum.
Yes.
Omanyi, Frank, people out there off the screen
yes
believe and trust you. So whatever comes out of your mouth is the gospel truth. I've seen people who have said things that people have never met.
Yeah.
But they will wake up and make comments about you like you've actually been with them. Yes. And then they have no idea about you. They've never even been around your circle. So I want to thank you for what I have seen. I'm not saying it because you're here, but I like the positive commentary and you sound researched. You sound you don't come offset to. You see, there are people that I see that come and sound like they're not knowledgeable. But I like what you do. I like what Kasiria does. There are people that I see that do good commentary. I think those are my people. I think you, Kasiria, that I can sit and watch. Other people are just belittling people. Muntu atula kuseti naye nga azze kunafuya.
And sometimes
azze kuwa information.
And sometimes human to erring.
Of course.
So there are some one-offs. Even me, Ntambi.
I know, of course there are those there are those days where
yes, but then ninga the biggest part of how you do your work.
No, the biggest part is good.
Yes, but because
you have preferences at the end of the day as a human person.
Definitely.
But then there are people who are known for
yes,
for them, every time it's intolerance. So,
and also chidayo nyoko audience. Gochime muno nti audience ya FMB era for you people abali mu mugezaako kututereeza in terms of faith and stuff. Mwine mulimu gw'amaanyi nnyo. Society ya feri rotten.
That's a very big conversation that can take us.
It is rotten. It is hopeless. Nti they would rather watch someone avuma mune for 3 hours than watching someone giving information in tele.
Of course. And I'll be training. Actually, maybe just I was sitting the other day and imagining, people are creating content for Uganda.
Yeah.
If you're not seeing Frank Ntambi, it's your friend Shalom Kasuko, that other lady Zubeda. They're like 5 people.
Yeah.
But if I'm to tell you what you guys are discussing,
yes.
Frank has attacked the other one. Frank, then the other person is saying ABCD, and it's what we are consuming as a country.
Yes, sometimes,
and that is contributing less than 0.5% of what YouTube can offer.
Yes, but then for me, how my modus operandi is, as before we came, I do a show every day. There are shows I dedicate, like 4 of them to national importance.
Like,
then Nogamba, as you know, the sensationalism, that kind of nobedango ina mix wotyo, but not sagala kujukiranga someone every time Frank
was putting people down.
Yes, no.
Frank, time is not really our good friend, but I want to thank you for coming here and for sharing your light.
Yes.
I believe that to every millennial out there, you can pick 1 or 2 things from how Frank Ntambi does worship. And I want to thank every millennial out there that is subscribed on our YouTube channel, Millennials for Christ Ministries, but also that catches this show every Sunday on Galaxy TV from the hour of 10 a.m. every very Sunday. Tune in. Galaxy TV has an app as well, so you can watch anytime of your convenience. So I want to thank you, Frank Ntambi, for sparing time to come here. But before we come to the end, I want you to give us a prayer, then we'll leave this space.
How I pray? Okay. Most notably, I pray in my local dialect.
It is okay?
Yes. How I pray? To who?
To your God is what we want to listen to. Because what is important, I want to hear, is how you recognize all the other gods you've said.
Wow.
Because for us, we don't have it. We have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yes. For us, okay. Ayi Mukama Katonda ow'ekitiibwa obuyinza, nsooka okusaba olunaku luno olwaleero lumpadde omukisa okuddamu okubanga ndaba ku njuba. Ayi Mukama Katonda bangi abatafunye mukisa mu kiro eky'okukeeseza olunaku olwaleero, naye nze omwana wo omukisa ogwo ogumpadde okubeera nga nziramu kubanga njota ku njuba. Ayi Mukama Katonda okukola ebintu ebirungi, ebintu ebigenda okwesiimisa eyo gy'oli. Ayi Mukama Katonda nga gwe kitange, nsaba ompe obuwangaazi, nsaba ompe obulamu. Ayi Mukama Katonda nsaba ontaase abalabe. Ayi Mukama Katonda nsaba ompe amagezi agasobola okubeera nga nkusinza bulungi, n'agasobola okubeera nga ngenda kukola buli kimu kyonna, Ayi Mukama Katonda, ekigenda okubeera nga kisinza erinnya lyo mu lunaku luno olwaleero. Ayi Mukama Katonda, jjajja bange munnange yonna gye muli mwabwe atusookayo buli kimu mukimanyi. Bajjajja abalabe baffe bangi. Ayi jjajja Mukasa, nyamba mbeere nga nzivunuka. Ayi Mukama, jjajja Nagadya, jjajja Lubowa, jjajja Bamweyana, mwena bajjajja ab'ekika kyaffe, mwena abatusookayo, musobola okubeera nga muyamba omuzzukulu wammwe, nze mu maaso gammwe mubeere nga munnyambako okuba nga ntambuza obulamu nga alina okubeera nga mbutambuza. muwugule abalabe, mubawugulire ddala n'okubazikiriza, mubazikirize abasobola okubeera nga bagala okuba nga banneŋŋanga bajjajja. Mbeeyanziza ddala obulamu namwe bajjajja bwe mwongedde okubeera nga mumpa bajjajja ebirungi ebiyitirivu ennyo bye musobola okubeera nga naye era munnyamba okubeera nga mumpa saako n'emikisa abajjajja asobola kubeera nga mbeerabira, era mbasabira ddala obutanvaamu bajjajja.
Temwina gwe muyitamu nga olagamba mu linnya lya Yesu Kristo.
Bangi bali bangi, goyita.
This is Faith Unfiltered. This is Faith Unfiltered, and my name is Apostle Jonah, and at Millennials for Christ Ministries we are redefining Christ through contemporary praise and worship. Until next time, see you.